For Dan Weber, I'm Johnie Freatman, bringing you instant analysis at the recently resodded Howard Jones Field. And Dan, let's start off with the highlight from practice today. It came at the very end. After play was done, Marqise Lee was made available for the media here. What did he have to say about that unique experience last night?
Lane had started talking, and I wanted to say something to Coach Ed Orgeron. So he's out the gate and across the street. So I'm running across the street and literally ran directly into Marqise Lee, who had just come out the tunnel, and he had just gotten back from Orlando. So, oh, okay. It was obvious. Marqise practice is over, and Lane, of course, looked over there and saw him and said, "Oh, really nice. You come here, you get here right, so you don't have to practice." But he was a big feature. We had talked to T. Martin about him and how excited he was during the event, and that they were texting back and forth all day. I guess T. Martin had approved of his tie and his suit and all that kind of thing. So, but Marqise was, as always, Marqise very honest about, how nervous he was, how excited he was, how much fun he had meeting everybody. It was had a kind of a really nice, take on the story. And again, this is a story about a guy who was not on their first list when they had that list of like 100 guys. He was not on the very first list. They added him. You got to give the Tallahassee quarterback club credit. They added him immediately as soon as somebody said this kid has to be on your list. But it's kind of a neat story that wasn't on their list. Now he's their award winner.
There's obviously been a lot of talk about the Abe Markowitz situation since practice Wednesday. There was some speculation that maybe with the track season coming up, he might try to get shoulder surgery. Or there were just a lot of unknowns there. What did you see from him in practice today?
Well, he's certainly here, looking good. Working hard. Got a great deal of run, and so I would think he's definitely in their bowl plans. It would be shocking if he weren't. When you just based on today's practice. Again, we don't want to give away strategy or personnel or whatever, but it looked like he's definitely down for the bowl.
Dan, lastly, we all know that football is in the end just a game, and that was really hammered home today. Coach Kiffin relayed a story about a 12-year-old boy with brain cancer who knows Cody Kessler. Can you shed a little more light on that story?
Well, I just know that Lane, talked to the team about it, talked about, there are a lot more, important things than maybe football, or there are a lot of other things you think about. And Lane was saying, when you've got a couple of kids of your own, you really do think about things like this. I thought the thing was, Lane called the 12-year-old up when he heard, I guess a TV station in Bakersfield must have done a story. So when he heard about it and the connection with Cody Kessler, then he called the youngster up, and then I think he's given the phone number out to all the USC players so that they can all text and interact. And I just think he wanted to kind of impress on them that there are people that you can have an impact on, and you can do something really good for them, and it's maybe a good time to think about that instead of maybe moping around about something involving football. It was kind of a nice touch, and I think it's a good thing that it was really nice to see that Lane had done that yesterday, and then got the team involved today.
All right, well, Dan, thank you very much. For Dan Weber, I'm Johnie Freatman. This has been Instant Analysis. As always, for more information, log on to uscfootball.com.